Belfast. Today we are driving down to Dublin. It should be about 2.5 hours in total, and there we're going to drop the car off and become pedestrians again.
Let's go. We've just arrived to our accommodation in Dublin. It's absolutely lovely. We're spending 3 nights here, and it is $1,800 for 3 nights, which is the same as the total cost for the rest of our accommodation for the entire rest of our trip. So that just gives you an idea of how expensive Dublin is. So just something to think about if you're considering coming here. But we are now going to go to the Guinness Storehouse. Nick and I have both been there before, but my Uncle Mike has not, and we can't wait to go back.
No, definitely time to get our drink on.
Before we go, I'm going to teach my uncle how to use Uber. So yes, press the Uber app at the top where it says where to, and it's automatically recognized where we are, and you can, oh, Guinness Storehouse, perfect. And that's all we want, so you can select that. Choose taxi, yes. We're gonna be waiting there, perfect, so you can press confirm and pay. And now the Uber has been ordered and we can go outside and wait. Easy peasy.
Just like that, we're now in the queue for the Guinness Storehouse. Tickets at €26. While Rachel and I have been here before, we are really, really looking forward to giving this another go. Not least because we get to relearn how everything is made, but this is also kind of like a museum in terms of how the brand and the company came about, as well as some of the marketing and advertising, and then at the end of it all we get a free pint. So what's not to love?
Are you excited?
I'm looking forward to it.
I look forward to hearing your comments afterwards.
Okay.
The iconic Guinness Storehouse is located at St. James Gate in Dublin, Ireland. The legendary brewery was created in 1759 when Arthur Guinness famously signed a 9,000-year lease for the site on which the storehouse continues to stand. Guinness beer is crafted from just 4 simple ingredients: water, barley, hops, and yeast. The brewing process includes key steps like roasting the barley, a key process to creating stout specifically, milling, mashing, boiling, and fermenting, each of which is carefully detailed as you explore the 7 floors of the storehouse.
The building itself wraps around a glass atrium shaped like a giant pint of Guinness and features immersive exhibits on brewing, the brand's rich history, and its iconic advertising. The tasting room offers a full sensory experience, while the gravity bar produces spectacular 360-degree views of Dublin as you enjoy a perfectly poured pint of Guinness.
What began as a small local brewery has since grown into a global powerhouse synonymous with Irish culture. Today, Guinness is enjoyed in over 150 countries and brewed in nearly 50. The brand's distinct taste and bold identity have made it one of the most recognizable beers in the world, with a loyal following that spans continents.
Beyond brewing, the Guinness family is known for their lasting contributions to the Dublin community. They have invested heavily in housing, healthcare, and education for workers and local residents, setting a high standard for corporate social responsibility long before it became a trend. Their legacy of philanthropy is still felt across the city today.
nose and inhale all the aromas. After that, take a large mouthful, about a third or half of your glass. Leave it in your mouth for 5 seconds, and when you swallow, exhale through your nose. Now, how do we say cheers in Irish? Sláinte. So on 3, let's give ourselves a big sláinte and finish up our drinks. 1, 2, 3. Sláinte.
Just as good, honestly. I think it's actually expanded and widened its offering in comparison to the last time I was here, which was about 13 years ago. And honestly, it's awesome. It's still just as enjoyable. The information is still just as fascinating. We're learning it the second time. It's been an awesome time. Would thoroughly recommend this to anybody who comes to Dublin.
And Uncle Mike, what was your impression the first time you visited?
Oh, yes.
Time?
Well, it's confirmation that Guinness is the world's best, and they do things the best. Congratulations to them.
That is high praise. That is definitely high praise. I personally just love how interactive it is. I personally really love the tasting room because it's this whole sensory experience. But I think that the museum is just so interactive, and I love learning about what goes into making Guinness, the process of how it's made, the advertising history. It is just done really, really well, and I would just come back over and over and over again. And the views at the top in the gravity bar just can't be beat. So huge. Now we're gonna go collect Mom and Auntie Linda, and we're heading to dinner. That was an absolutely delicious dinner, but that is all from us tonight. So we'll see you first thing in the morning. Good morning from Dublin. Any guesses on what we're going to be doing today? I will give you all a moment to leave your guesses in the comments below. Okay, take it away, Nick.
So Rachel and I have technically been to this city before, but the last time we were both here was probably over a decade ago. So there are probably a bunch of things that we've forgotten about the city, as well as a few things that maybe we need to learn in the first place. So with that, we are going to be taking a free walking tour with Unearthed Tours, which is a different one to the yellow umbrella company that we've been using for other cities in Ireland so far. But really excited. Apparently this is meant to show us a few hidden gems that we hadn't thought about before. So let's see what comes up.
Long before the Vikings arrived in 841 AD, Dublin was already home to a Christian settlement. It remained under Viking control until the late 12th century, when the English crown asserted its sovereignty over Ireland during the Anglo-Norman invasion. In 1204, Dublin Castle was built under King John, becoming the heart of English rule in Ireland. British control was tightened in the late 1500s as Queen Elizabeth I founded Trinity College in 1592 to shape Dublin into a Protestant city.
The 1798 rebellion was a major uprising against British rule in Ireland, sparking the eventual Acts of the Union in 1800, which dissolved Ireland's own parliament and tied it directly to Britain. Over a century later, during the Easter Rising of 1916, Irish Republicans boldly attempted to establish an independent Irish Republic. Though the rising failed militarily, the execution of 16 leaders without trial ignited public outrage and shifted national sentiment, laying the foundation for Ireland's fight towards full independence.
This fight reached a boiling point after Sinn Féin's landslide victory in 1918. What followed was a fierce guerrilla war between the IRA and British forces, with tensions exploding on Bloody Sunday. A ceasefire came in 1921, leading to the Anglo-Irish Treaty and the creation of the Irish Free State in 1922. Unity didn't last, as treaty disagreements soon led to the bitter Irish Civil War, tearing the country apart once again, until peace talks opened in 1923. The Republic of Ireland was then officially established in Dublin after the signing of the Republic of Ireland Act in 1948.
Today, Dublin is a vibrant, charming, modern city that also serves as the country's political and commercial hub.
We have to apologize because our camera battery died as we were walking home from the walking tour to our accommodation here. But now that we're back, the girls and I are going out on a little adventure by ourselves. We're going to be going to the Book of Kells at Trinity College, and the boys are going to be staying home. Highly recommend booking your tickets online. In fact, I think that that's probably the only option. They are 26 euros per person for adults and 21 euros per person for seniors at the time of filming. We're going to get going now. Dating to the 9th century, the Book of Kells is a lavishly decorated copy of the 4 Gospels of the life of Christ written in Latin. Named after the town whose abbey housed the book for centuries, the manuscript includes elaborate and colorful illustrations of Christ, along with Celtic motifs, animals, and geometric patterns. The book's survival for over 1,000 years in spite of theft, raids, and other potentially damaging events adds to the mythology surrounding it.
I wanted to see if there was substance in the ancient ideas of alchemy, but I also wondered why apples fell to the ground while the moon continued to spin above us. Why did it not fall down upon us? Why did the planet stay in orbit round the sun?
Just steps away is the awe-inspiring long room in the old library, a 65-meter chamber built between 1712 and 1732. Over 200,000 ancient books once stretched floor to ceiling beneath a majestic barrel-vaulted ceiling from which a massive celestial globe is suspended. The long room adds to the Book of Kells as a combined experience, with the opportunity to learn about, see, and experience both simultaneously. So we've just finished up with the Book of Kells experience, and what did you guys think of it?
Well, it was beautiful. There's no question. It takes your breath away. And, just the fact that they were able to preserve that book through wartime and through lots of trials and troubles.
Yes.
They had it stolen, they had it buried, so many things happened to it, and yet it has persevered. And it's wonderful to be able to share that with the world. Mm-hmm. Whoever donated it to the university here did a good thing.
Yes.
They can share it with everyone who comes to Dublin, like us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I personally think it's just so incredible that the book has been so well preserved after 1,200 years. And although you can't film it, it's completely understandable because photography could definitely degrade it. And it's actually in really good condition considering it's over 1,000 years old. And of course, you also get to see the library with this experience, the long room, which is just spectacular, so reminiscent of something you would see in Harry Potter. And then there's also these very immersive, interactive exhibits that use technology, and it really is a very interesting experience. But right now, we are going to head to Temple Bar and meet the boys at a place called the Porterhouse. So the 5 of us will be back together then. absolutely delicious dinner. We're just going to walk around Temple Bar with my aunt, uncle, and mom, and then head back to our guest house.
Well, that's all we got for today. So we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Until next time, take care.
And keep smiling.